In this episode, I'll be showing you the electronics of the Anycubic Chiron and also the extruder. So let's go. So there you go. This is the printer. Let's take it apart and see if there's any surprise inside. Okay, so let's take a look at the circuit board inside the Anycubic Chiron. So I would like to show you this one, so if you want to replace anything or make any upgrades. The board the Anycubic Chiron use is a Tri-Gorilla board. It's pretty much the same as the Anycubic i3 Mega. Since this is a Tri-Gorilla board, as you can see, the step driver can be upgraded into a TMC2208, just in case if you want to silence the printer. There also has a display, touchscreen, and the SD card, and those two for the indicator lights. There's two power for the fans. Also, this one is the extruder, and this one is for the heating bed. This is a small wire because it only need to trigger the MOSFET in order to heat up the bed. And that's the power supply you get by using this another one right here. See, this another power supply right here, and it takes the power supply into this one to feed the power into this one. Let's take a close look at the main power supply. This is a 24 volt 41.6 amp 1000 watt power supply. It feeds the left transformer, also feeds up the power to the MOSFET to heat up the heated bed. Let's take a close look at the MOSFET. So this MOSFET will heat up the heated bed. Okay, so that's where you can trigger the MOSFET, and you connect this part to the heated bed, and the other two you connect it to the power supply. So this is the 24 volt 41.6 amp of the power supply. For the electronics of the Anycubic Chiron, I think there are a lot of options for the upgrades, but I'll leave it for now. Let's take a look at the electronics of the extruder. There's a small connector on the top right hand corner. So there's one cooling fan for the nozzle and one cooling fan for the heat sink. They are all both 24 volt fan system. The extruder is a E3D V5, and that's the end stop for the X, and this is the magnetic part for the auto bed leveling. For the fan 0 is the fan for the heatsink, and the other fan is for the nozzle. And there are also two connectors. One is for the extruder, and the other one is for the X limit. For the fans, they are all 4010 in size. So this is a regular fan for the heatsink, and the other one is a blower for the nozzle. So these are all 24 volts. So it's gonna be very difficult to look for upgrades. For the electronics of the Anycubic Chiron, if the noise is your concern, there are two options I think you can do to upgrade it. First is the step motor. You can upgrade to a TMC2008. The second part would be the fan, but that's a tricky part because there aren't many choice you can find with a 24-volt system. Eventually, the nocturne fan is not 24 volt, so that's gonna be a tricky part. I'll show you a small video of the auto bed leveling. From there, you can hear the noise level. It comes from the fan, also the step driver. The noise mainly comes from the step driver, and that's the easy part. But the most irritating part is the fan, and the fan is right inside of the board. And I think this part you should fix it because this is very noisy. Okay, that's pretty much sums up for my videos for the Anycubic Chiron electronics. I like this printer a lot. It's a pretty decent printer, but I wouldn't say that it's a perfect printer. There are a few upgrades you can do to change it. So far the experience is really nice. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like. I'll be very grateful. If you have any question, leave below. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you. And lastly, I'll show you the time lapse of the flower from Overwatch.